Hey guys, welcome back to Pop Culture with Pat. Today we're going to talk a little Thor, Love and Thunder.
You are not like the other gods of kill. Because I have something worth fighting for.
So in Thor, Love and Thunder, Thor embarks on a journey unlike anything he's ever faced, a quest for inner peace. However, his retirement gets interrupted by Gorr the God Butcher, a galactic killer who seeks the extinction of the gods. So Chris Hemsworth is back as Thor for the first character in the MCU to get a fourth movie. Taika Waititi returns to the director's chair after delivering a big hit with Thor Ragnarok. And you also have Natalie Portman returning, not only as Jane Foster, but as the mighty Thor. And then you have Christian Bale as the villain of this movie, Gorr the God Butcher. So Thor Love and Thunder was one of my most anticipated movies of the year for a number of reasons. One, it's a Marvel movie. What can I say? I'm going to check out every single Marvel movie that comes out. I'm invested at this point. I've seen every single film. So I'm naturally going to be pretty excited about them. So I was really excited for this because, I wanted to see what Taika Waititi was going to do this time around after delivering big with Thor Ragnarok. You also have Natalie Portman returning as Jane Foster, but also as Lady Thor in this film. So was really excited to see the introduction of that character. Then you have Christian Bale getting introduced as Gorr the God Butcher. I mean, getting Christian Bale cast in this movie and as a villain, hell yes, sign me up right away. And then the Guardians of the Galaxy were in this film as well. So there was definitely a lot going on in this film that I was really interested to see play out. But overall, guys, I will tell you that while there was some things that I did like about this movie, overall, I was kind of disappointed. So the first thing that I'll talk about is Christian Bale as Gorr the God Butcher. So I will say that I did like him in this role. I thought he was really creepy and at times intimidating, but I guess that I just expected him. I feel like he was underutilized in this film. I expected to see his character maybe pop up a few more times, and I don't know, maybe kill more gods? Because I feel like you didn't really see like that a lot happen in this film. So that was a little disappointing for me. I also thought that Jane Foster getting her powers and becoming Lady Thor, I felt was a little rushed. And like I said, I was excited to see the introduction of this character. And don't get me wrong, Natalie Portman, she looked fantastic in the outfit. And she just looked great physically. You can tell that she put a lot of work, to get into this role. But the only part that I was disappointed by is the way that she got her powers. And I won't go into details if you guys haven't seen it yet. But it's just fairly quickly, and I'm like, okay, we just did this so that way she could get her powers, and I felt like they could have done a little bit more there. And the other big thing for me, probably the biggest aspect that I think I didn't care for with this movie, is that I thought the tones of the film just clashed way too much. There would be aspects in this movie where it really kind of called for things to get a little bit darker, a couple more serious moments in the movie, but then almost either right before or immediately right after, there would be something just extremely goofy and just out there happening, and I felt like it just kind of took any of that momentum, right out of the air. So that was definitely one of the biggest things for me, and I feel like going into this movie, what's going to determine if you like this movie or not is that depending on how you feel about Taika Waititi and his humor, because for me, it can kind of really be hit or miss. And in this case, for the most part, a lot of stuff missed for me. I know there is some people that love this movie, and don't get me wrong, like I said, I don't hate Thor and Love and Thunder. There was just a lot of the jokes and stuff that didn't really land for me this time around. And also, as far as the character of Thor, so obviously Chris Hemsworth, as this character, he's been this character for a while now. I think he did a good job with what he had to work with, but I honestly felt like there wasn't a whole lot of character development in this movie for the character of Thor, and that's kind of disappointing, because it's like, you have Chris Hemsworth, he's great at his character, but I just feel like they didn't really do much. There was one aspect that I'm interested to see play out in future roles, future movies. But yeah, again, I was just a little disappointed by what we saw overall from the character. So yeah, guys, overall, like I said, there was some aspects, it was cool seeing Gorr the God Butcher. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, I wasn't really familiar with the character going into the movie. I did a little bit more research as the film was getting ready to come out because, I saw Christian Bale was in the role. So I was excited to see that character, see how he was going to bring it to life, because anytime Christian Bale takes on a role, he just throws his, himself fully into it. So I was excited to see that. I thought he looked good overall, just a little underutilized. Was really excited to see Lady Thor come into the picture, and again, I did like aspects, it was cool seeing her fighting and interacting with Thor, but again, just the aspect of how she got her powers, I thought could have been handled a little bit better. And the Guardians of the Galaxy, I almost forgot to mention them. It's maybe a slight spoiler, so if you guys haven't seen it and if you want to turn it off, I don't really think it's that big of a spoiler, but, and we'll go ahead now. So for the Guardians of the Galaxy, they're basically only in the beginning, 15, 20 minutes of the film. And I don't know if it was just like me, but they felt... You didn't get a whole lot of time to interact with them, but they just felt a little bit off from, the characters that we saw in the James Gunn movies. So, I don't know. It was definitely exciting to see them, and I can't wait to see Volume 3 for Guardians of the Galaxy, the last one, and then the holiday special. So yeah, guys, Thor Love and Thunder, it was a movie for me that was good. Definitely not anything amazing. I wouldn't put it, it's not going to be in one of my top, favorite MCU movies. Personally, for me, I thought Multiverse of Madness was much better. And I know a lot of people are probably going to disagree with me on that. And that's okay because everyone's got different opinions. But yeah, as far as the score goes, I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. But I definitely want to hear what your guys' thoughts are overall. So let me know down below in the comments if you guys have seen the movie. I imagine most of you guys probably have now where it's, after opening weekend. But let me know down below in the comments what was your favorite thing about the film without going into spoilers. And then maybe, what were some things that if you were disappointed by the film like I was. Let me know down below in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up. If you guys are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button as well as the bell button next to it. And make sure to check back for more Pop Culture with Pat.